Hello everybody, wee Paddy from across the shuck, and I hope my wee potato chips are all doing well. First things first, I just want to send a shout out and a prayer for my friend Rick over at Warthog. Look mate, I hope you're doing really well. I understand you're going through a rough time. Love to hear from you, even just to let me know that you're okay, and I'll pass the word out to the community. But I'm really missing you, and I know there's lots of people out there that love you. So if you can, if you can't, don't, just do not worry whatsoever. It's just I'd love to hear from you before Christmas. Anyway, my love is going to you no matter where you are and how you're doing. So, look, to be honest with you, I'm still got these shingles. I can't get rid of the blooming things. It's doing my head in. I've got 8 weeks now without a shirt on. Can't go out. So I'm feeling a wee bit cheesed off. I'm feeling sorry for myself is the words. And I've no right to, because I'm all right. Anyway, I'm going to do a wee video for Knife Chats with Tobias. And he done a wee tag video about, and it's about knives that you never get round to doing videos on. And I've got a couple here, and a lot of mine are down the caravan, but I've got quite a few here that I've had for a long, long while, and I haven't done videos on them. And it's the knives that got away, basically. So I'm going to go through them. It's going to be a nice, quick wee video, but it'll give you something to watch anyway. Right, what I'm going to start with. What am I going to start with? I'm going to start with a Kubi. This was my first Kubi. I have another one on the way, but I just wanted to show this one. This was sent to me by a viewer, and I took it out of the box, misplaced the box, so I don't even know what number it is. But it's one of those you can wave out of your pocket. It's a Tanto. I've never done the full review on it. I can't even remember, to be honest, if I'd done a review on it. But I just wanted to show it and show that, you know, for what Kubi charge, this is a beautiful knife. Pocket clips, absolutely fine. It's a wave out of the pocket. It makes for a funny looking shape, which I'm not keen on. I'm not keen on waves, to be honest. Tantos, I'm not keen on. It sounds terrible, but it's actually a lovely knife and a very useful knife if you want to do work. Blade stock is thick enough where it can be used as an EDC or quite a heavy duty work knife. Full 4 fingers in the grip for me, medium large hand. You are sort of trapped, but for me it's perfect. Large hand, I think you'd be all right in this. Really lovely knife and very well executed. Lovely blade grinds on it. Nice sharp angles where you have the split off here. It's done really, really well. I don't even know how much they cost. But I just thought I would show that one, and I'll try and find out about it and do a review on it, because it's a liner lock. Really lovely action. About 4 ounces, so it's quite, you know, it's heavier than most. But if you're going to want to pry with a knife and do whatever, you need that bit of good solid material behind you. So to me it's perfect for what it is. So there's the first one, that wee Kubi. The second one is this wee knife here. This is the Boker, and again, this is terrible. I don't even have the names of this. I can't remember what it is called. It's an Oz 8. It's just a small little pocket dropper, but it's got G10 on it, stainless steel back. It's got a deepish carry pocket clip, but it's a 5th pocket dropper. But it's very, very secure with that frame lock and the fatness of the blade. I can get 3 fingers on it and I feel very comfortable at doing even harder cuts. But just a lovely little out of the way pocket dropper, which is completely inoffensive to anybody. And you can, it's quite difficult to get out, but you can do it one hand. I suppose if I lubed it and used it a bit more, it would loosen up. But a real handy little tool, and it's sort of the sort of thing you could buy somebody for Christmas who's maybe not into knives, but it gives them a start and lets them see what's out there for them. So there's a wee Boker. Another knife that I don't even think I've showed. This is a Joseph Rogers oil the joints, and this is harking back to the old military knives. This is a more modern knife. Lovely etching on the blade. You got Joseph Rogers, stainless steel, made in Sheffield, and oil the joints. Just what the soldiers would have been issued with. Most of the time they would have had the one with a can opener. This is incredibly thin, but stainless steel covers on it. So I mean, it's not going to rust. It was, soldiers got them when they were out in theatre when it was either very hot out in the jungles or whatever. So they wanted a knife that wasn't going to rust, because a lot of the knives them days were made of carbon steel. So that's what these were actually made for. Tobias has some lovely videos on them. I'm not really as up to date on them. But this is a lovely little knife. You can get these, I think even Amazon over here in the UK sell them. But it's a Joseph Rogers. It's got a little bail on the end. It's got a really stiff bail. It's a perfect type of bail, to be honest with you. Really well made. I mean, even the centering of it is really quite good. It's a little bit off, but just a solid little knife. If you want something thin to throw in your pocket or just throw in the front of your car, great little knife. Another little knife that I got is this one. And this is a made in Ireland. This is an old Imperial Ireland. And this is a Stockman. I'll just show you all the blades. There you go. You've got your Stockman blades. Now, I haven't even cleaned this up. I bought this because it was made in Ireland and it didn't have an Imperial made in Ireland. So I bought this. I have since got a lovely camp knife from my mate Congy over at Congy's Knife Sales, who's now on YouTube, by the way. And there's still time to get in on that Christmas raffle. So get yourself over to Congy's Knife Sales. But this is a lovely knife. And I know it'll clean up fine. It's a Stockman. Is it the best quality? No, it's not. It's an Imperial Ireland. It needs fixing at the back here, if I can show you. Let me show you this. Probably better showing you this. It has been thumped and bent, so it needs to be put in a vise and just held in for a while, maybe hit with a hammer. But it's Delrin scales, but they've been jigged absolutely beautifully. So I'm going to do this up eventually and get it into working shape that I could carry it. I think it's beautiful. It's about a 4-inch. Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, it's 4-inch closed. So it's a really nice knife. And that beautiful shaped blade. So that's one I'll hopefully get round to cleaning up. Although I'm not very good at getting round to cleaning up. So what else am I going to show you? A little fixed blade. The CRKT, is this Spike or something it was called? It's a Carson design. It's the F402K9. There it is there. But this is a beautiful little knife. And I think it's only 8CR13. But it's a full tang, little small, with a lovely little, not Kydex, but plastic sheath. The tension is super on it. It's got a pocket clip, but it's a little pocket dropper. And when I first got it, I did use and carry it in my pocket. And it was a cracking little knife. But it's one of those knives nobody really hears of. But honestly, if you see one about on any of the websites or channel, it's worth having in your, just to have a little small fixed blade. It would do as a paring knife. You know, even in your kitchen, it would do as a lovely paring knife. I just think it's a great, oh, get it in the right way. But that retention, listen, that is really well retented in there. Lovely little knife. And it was for buttons. I know I bought it myself. It even comes with a lanyard, which gives you that fourth finger. Beautiful. Really nice knife. And well worth getting. I've got two that I want to sort of leave to the last. I'm going to show this. I don't know whether I've ever done it. This is the Swiss card, the Victorinox Swiss knife. It's a little credit card. It's just the size of a thinness of a credit card. You wanted to put it in your wallet. But you know where I leave this? Down by my seat. It's got a little knife. If I'm cut short, see if I want to open a package. It's absolutely fine. Little knife. It has a pair of scissors in here, which are absolutely excellent. Victorinox scissors are lovely. In the top of it, oh, let me just get it. You have a file and nail cleaner. And this is why I leave it up by my desk. You have a little pair of tweezers. You also have a toothpick. And you have a little pen. So this is sort of thing, if you just leave by, you could buy it. Again, they're not dear. Nice looking little thing. Swiss Victorinox, the Swiss card. If you haven't seen one or had one, really worth getting to leave anywhere. Again, in your car, in a pack. You can fit it in your wallet if you like a big wallet. This is just such a useful little tool. So there you go. That's the Swiss card. Now, the next one is probably the one that I should have done a review on, definitely. This has been one of my most used knives. Um, it's the Ontario Knife Company, and this is their little, what I would call a paring knife. Now, you can see by this knife, it has been used to cut steak, as a paring knife, peeling potatoes. It's just a lovely, it's the old hickory. And I think it's the smallest one old hickory do. Hickory do, it sounds like I was going to sing a song. It's not full, but it's halfway up and it's tight. For a small paring knife, you have two brass pins in here, really secure, but a lovely little knife. Takes an edge in seconds. You can even use a steel on this just to put an edge in the kitchen. That's where I use it most, and my wife loves this as well. But if you were going camping, there's a great little preparing food knife that doesn't take up any space whatsoever. It's got a belt clip on it, if you want to clip it on your belt when you're out. Lovely, lovely little knife, and cost next to nothing. And the last knife this is one that knife detector's going to love. This is this knife here with a pack of wood handles. It's the Buck 110, the 112 copy, whatever you want to call it. It's not a copy, but it looks more like the old charade. But look, stainless steel blade, undetermined steel, but let me tell you, I sharpened this and put a really symmetrical edge on it. And this is, it's really a razor sharp little knife. Beautiful grip in the hand. Bit pokey at the back here, but you know, when I get a full fisted grip, there's nothing there whatsoever. But I love the clip on it. And I'll tell you where I got this. My son was going to Venice, and I said, look, if you're over in Venice and you go into any of the shops, if you see a local knife that, you know, is made by the Venetians, pick one up for me. This is what he found. Now, this is a solidly built knife. I actually do like the scales on it, but I just never got round to reviewing it. I never found the right time to review it. And I should have done it when I got my Buck 110, but I didn't think of it because I'm not that bright. But this is, look, it's a cheap, touristy sort of knife, but it's solid. It's genuinely solid. These are solid stainless steel handles. They really are lovely, and even the decoration on them is well done. There's nothing wrong with it. There's a good backspacer in it. It locks up solid. There's no movement, and lockbacks you tend to get a bit of movement, but there's nothing on this. Really super blade that if you bought it for a teenager would think it is just super. But it's in my collection. It'll not leave because my son bought it for me, and lovely little backlock, really, really nice knife. And, you know, for what they cost, it wouldn't have cost that much. Well, I hope it wouldn't, but then again, Venice can sting you hard. But just a lovely, lovely little knife. And there you go. There's my collection of knives that got away. Tobias, I hope this is what you were looking for. There's a wee bit of everything in there. There's fixed blades, there's Kubi, there's little small blades, there's old Imperial Ireland, a Joseph Rogers, and my fancy pants one that my son got me. So there you go, folks. Thank you very much for watching. Oh, and my Swiss card. There's the old Swiss card in there. That is fantastic to sit by your desk anywhere. It's just a super knife. So there you go. Take care. Paddy's away. Cup of tea time. Thanks for putting up with me, and I hope this fills the space for today. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.